Activision Blizzard. That was kind of a scumbag move, wasn't it? What is happening? Mattmade here, bringing the top 3 stories in gaming this week. Let's get into it. First up, we have Mortal Kombat 11 news. Now this week saw another Kombat cast, and this time they revealed Jade was going to be in the game. I thought this was pretty cool, as I'm a Jade fan, I love Jade, and I really missed her in 10. Now in this game, she has like a little revenant or undead look about her, and she uses her staff a lot more than she did in the previous games. It's no longer just a special move, but really inherent in her toolkit and in her fighting style. Now they also revealed a new stage, as well as accidentally revealing Baraka's brutality, which was pretty cool and really gruesome. The gameplay seems to be a lot faster, and the characters seem to move a lot quicker. Now as we get closer to the game's release, much of the cast has been announced or leaked, or we know something about. There are a few new characters, but many of the old faces and the faces you love to see and we all wanted to see are making their return. Completely retooled, completely different, and a heavier emphasis on their weapons. Now in the Kombat cast, they even went as far as to say that it's more of a weapons fighting game than anything else, since it's so based around the weapons and reach and pacing out your opponent. Also, with the reveal of the new stage, apparently Goro just died somewhere in the corner off screen. I don't know how he died. Do you know how he died? I'm very confused, but it happened somehow, somewhere, and he's just dead in his chair. But much of the Kombat cast was dedicated to how Jade played, how her mechanics worked, and how overall NetherRealm really wanted players to interact and play the game. They talked about pacing, they talked about timing, they talked a bit about combos, and how things will work. Now with the introduction of Jade and her mid-range and kind of long-range projectiles, I'm really hoping it doesn't turn into another Injustice, where ranged attacks and keeping your opponent away from you are the way to go and plague the game. Those aren't fun. I like getting in there, beating people up. You could be different. You could like your mid-range, long-range fighters, but it can be a bit spammy and unfun. Is unfun a word? I'm going with unfun. But as we get closer and as they do the Kombat casts, we'll see more, we'll learn more, and hopefully this game thrives and has a long life. Next up, we have the week's biggest news. Activision Blizzard fires nearly 800 people. So the total count of the number of people laid off by this is about 775, which, based upon looking around and trying to double check the numbers, is about 8% of their staff. Currently, Activision Blizzard has about 9,600 employees and people who work there. I don't know if that includes the CO staff, I don't know if that doesn't include them, but it's about 9,600, give or take, maybe 5 or 6. Now this was such a scumbag move, and what makes it a scumbag move is it happened right before they did their earnings call and said, hey, we had the most profitable year in our history, so let's fire these people, or what have you. I didn't listen to the earnings call, but I know their stock kind of tanked. Now the cuts mainly came from their support staff, such as marketing and esports. So I don't know what they're going to do about Overwatch. I don't know if they're going to do about Hearthstone. Most of Blizzard's games at this point really heavily rely on esports to live. It's a very odd and confusing choice. It seems they're restructuring. I don't think they have much coming out this year. And they're just like, hey, save all the money we can. Screw these people, bye. It's a really shitty thing. Like, it's a really shitty move on Activision's part. It's gotten so much publicity and so much hate that many people are calling for the firing of Activision Blizzard's CEO. I doubt that's gonna happen. I doubt that anyone cared enough over at Activision to be like, hey, you kind of screwed all these people over. We should probably get rid of you. To them, it was a business decision, and it was just to save money, and they're just numbers on a sheet of paper instead of actual lives that just got affected by this. The good thing to come out of this is that many developers are reaching out to the employees who got laid off and either helping them find employment or employing them themselves, some of which are even getting better deals than they had at Activision. I hope everyone who's been laid off finds employment and can get over this and get back on their feet. Again, this is a really shitty situation, and Activision is pretty terrible for doing it, And all in all, it was a business decision, and Activision only saw numbers. They didn't even see the people behind them. Last but not least, the Nintendo Direct happened this week. The leaker, whoever it is, I don't remember his name right now, is just on point with these directs and these leaks. I mean, man, just perfect. But the Direct happened this week and it was a blast. Many games were revealed, some ports, some new games, some games we knew were upcoming. It all was here. Everything is here. It was great. There are many games that I didn't even think were going to be confirmed or coming out that were confirmed and are coming out. The games that were confirmed are Mario Maker 2, which was amazing because I didn't think that was going to be a sequel. I thought it was going to be a port. Got more news about Fire Emblem and Three Houses. Platinum has a new IP that looks amazing. And Dragon Quest XI is getting a port with more content. It's mind-blowing just the moves Nintendo is making with the Switch. They really wanted to succeed. And to me, it's already successful. Everybody's not laughing at it, gawking at it, or hesitant about putting games on it now. They're just like, yo, let's go in. It has a fan base, it has a user base. Let's get this done. Let's get this shit in there. It's amazing and I love it. Now, the biggest news that had to come out that Direct was The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remaster. It was the last thing they showed off, so you know it was going to be big and you know it was going to be interesting. Just that leaker is, oh, he's like Jesus or something, I don't know. He actually has a dad that works at Nintendo or something, or they, I don't know the gender. I'm not going to assume the gender here. It's a super adorable art style, but it's a bit weird. I didn't expect it. I would have just taken like some high-res sprites or something like A Link Between Worlds kind of art style. I would have loved those. But they gave us something cutesy and something odd, and I'm with it, I guess. I'm on board. I'm interested. The things they really showed and the things that really got attention were the games that are coming out in the near future, not way out projects like Metroid Prime 4, because that got scrapped. Bayonetta 4, we never know when that's going to come out. Things like that are probably going to be shown at E3 or later. This Direct really focused on, hey, these are the games coming out for this year. Our lineup is going to be strong. We still have things to come. Be excited, be ready, but most importantly, get your Switch. Because, I mean, there's some holdovers, some holdouts. I know people are still waiting for that main Pokemon title. I know people were waiting on more Fire Emblem, which they're now getting, so they're probably going to get a Switch. Many things are coming and many things have been announced, so I'm excited, I'm ready, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. What was your favorite part of the Direct? But that's all for today's show. Leave a comment down below letting me know about one or all of these stories. I love to talk about it, I love to geek out about them. You know how I am by now. Come on, son. And don't forget, if you're a fan of gaming, consider striking that subscribe button and hitting the bell. This is Mattmade, and I will see you Monday.